I'm fucking losing it. I am fucking losing it. Oh my god. Lord have mercy. I'm so fucking hungry. I haven't eaten in like 12 hours, maybe. 12 hours sounds about right. Yeah, I ordered shit. It's taking its time though, and it's pissing me off. It's like basically just about everything right now. It's pissing me off. I mean, it shouldn't though. It really shouldn't because I have a good life. I've got a very good life. I'm not religious, but like, I'm blessed to be in the situation that I am now. I don't have to worry about where my next meal is gonna come from. I got good people around me. I'm pretty sure, at least. Um, and I'm on track to making the bag, to making the millies real soon. Give me like 5 years, and I'll be there. I'll be at the top in like 5. But yeah. I'm not strong enough yet. I don't just mean mentally. Mentally, obviously, you know, everyone gets stronger every fucking day. Um, I'm not strong enough yet, like physically either. Like, I have so much more progress to do. I didn't look like this a year ago. Like, I didn't fucking look fucking like as big as I do now, like a fucking year ago. I'm 5'11", by the way. And I look like this. I didn't look like this a year ago. I was low-key chubby, actually. I might pull up a pic. I used to stream last year, so y'all saw me. I didn't look chubby, but maybe I was a little bit. Maybe some of y'all wouldn't even consider me that a year ago. Maybe some of y'all wouldn't even consider me that a year ago. But I think I was. Yeah, and I think it's because I was too comfortable. I think it was because I was too comfortable in my situation at the time. I thought that, oh, I have it so good. I don't need to improve myself. I don't need to fucking go out and fucking change my life for the better. I'm in a good spot right now, and I'm going to stay in that good spot if I just stay in this place. That's not how shit works. You have to keep branching out. You have to leave your comfort zone to make progress with yourself. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have safe spaces or comfort zones. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that they're important. Yes, they're important. I think for people who have dealt with a lot of trauma, people who have dealt with a lot of issues, they need a safe space. They need a comfort zone to where they can recoup and process what they've dealt with. But if you want to go out and make like improve, well, maybe not improve, to advance, whether that be getting another job or fucking, I don't know, meeting new people or putting yourself in a new environment, that requires leaving your comfort zone. And that is fucking necessary if you want actual, like, big change. And that's what I did. A year ago, I felt too comfortable. And I thought that I was like, yeah, I have insecurities. But yeah, I just laughed them off. Well, some of them. Some of them I just wouldn't even talk about and, like, just keep them in the back of my mind. I would either just laugh them off or just try and forget they existed. But no, that wasn't the right way to go about it at all. And it took going through hell to realize that that was not the move. And it isn't. It isn't. I still stand by it today. You have to go through hell to make change in your life. And I think it's worth it. I think it's 100% worth it. Because once you go through that shit, you come out so strong that anything you deal with after the fact is like nothing. I'm in a good spot right now. I think. I can improve it, and I will. Like, I'm gonna start fucking making more bag. I'm gonna be back in college soon. I'm gonna be fucking taking steps further to advance myself in my career. Not doing that right this second, but I am going to do so. I'm on the trajectory, and I know the next steps, and I know when to take them. What was my point? Yeah. Fuck. What did I just talk about, bro? What was I just talking about? Let me check the stream real quick. Fuck. It's not that far behind. Fuck. I thought the delay was like more. Whatever, man. Anyway. Fuck. Yeah, I think I was just talking about like insecurities and shit. Like, you need to go through hell and experience terrible things to advance sometimes. Not every time. Like, there just needs to be a period in your life where you just go through a lot of shit and that molds you. That could either be that honestly delves into something entirely different too, honestly. Like, you could either go through something horrible and you could come out of it an improved, a changed person after some time of healing and processing. You can walk out of that being the best version of yourself, or it can fucking destroy you. It basically throws out like what your issues are in life. Basically, like, it shows you like, hey, this is shitty in my life and this is what is affecting me to be this way. You can either acknowledge that and change, or you can just like see what's wrong with you and then just be like, whatever. I mean, I know what's wrong with me, so it's not like, now that I know what's wrong with me, I don't need to change anything in my life. Because knowing is half the battle, right? Yeah, but that's exactly what it is, though. It's half the battle. You still have to change. That's the other half, right? So, I say I've fucking done the whole thing. I've had the whole fucking enchilada, bro. The amount of changing I've done. And I still have way more change to go through, bro. I still have so many more things to do. I'm not done. Because if I was done, I'd be perfect. And I'm far from perfect. No one is. We spend our lives trying to be perfect. But I think what people don't understand is that you will never be perfect no matter how hard you try. And that's okay. That's the point of life. The point of life is trying to be the best version of yourself, enjoying the fruits of that. Because it's all about the journey, not the destination. So that's the fun part, right? Being better. So why the fuck are you wasting your life not trying to be better? Because that's the point of all this, right? No matter how you rationalize it spiritually, whether you believe in a god or you believe in nothing after death, I don't give a fuck what you believe in, bro. Honestly, you can rationalize it the way whatever the fuck you want, bro. It really doesn't matter. What matters is what you do in life. So fucking do something. Literally, stop sitting there. You don't know how many hours I've just spent just sitting down here playing fucking games like a fucking dork. Literally being chubby as fuck and out of shape and shit. It's just wasting my life, bro. Literally just sitting here, not making a change in my life, bro. I'm not dissing people who play games, bro. I still play games all the time. I still play fucking Fortnite, bro. Like, I shouldn't be talking, but still, that doesn't matter. Like, if you play games or not, what matters is, what I'm trying to say is I wasn't dedicating as much time as I should have been dedicating to things in my life that were actually important. I knew what I wanted to do for a long time. I've known for a long time that I wanted to fucking kill it in the film industry. So I think I have many creative ideas and things I want to bring to the world. And I want to make people's days better. I want to entertain people, make people happier with themselves so they can appreciate the life around them and just be happier overall. That's my fucking goal in life. But I knew that for a while. I didn't rationalize it as much as I have now. Like, I don't think I used to be able to put it into these words that I am now. But I knew that I just wanted to do film. But for a long time, like years ago. But the difference between then and now is because I've actually taken action to get to the trajectory. Before, I wasn't even on the trajectory of getting up there to the top. And I was just wasting my life thinking, oh yeah, no, like it'll come eventually. Right? Like, it'll just present itself to me. That's not how shit works, bro. Yeah, opportunities can present themselves to you, but you have to be actively searching for that to even happen. And that's just the truth. Nothing will be served to you on a silver plate. That's what I'm saying. You have to, like, leave your comfort zone. Not always. Like I said, safe spaces are important for processing and healing. But to actually make a big change in your life, to actually make the next step to a career path or a new environment or something like that, some change is needed outside of your comfort zone. You have to change something. And you can take your time with it, bro. If you, like, still need to, like, heal or whatever the fuck. Trust me, I spent a lot of time healing, and I don't regret it because I needed that. I needed that to recoup myself, to process, to heal, and stuff like that. But now that I think I'm relatively done with a lot of that, that's why I'm stepping out and actually making change. Healing in your safe space isn't wasting time. By no means is it wasting time. The reason I'm saying I wasted so much time is because at the time, there wasn't any healing I needed to do. I was just not spending it properly. My time, I wasn't spending it properly at all. And stepping out of my comfort zone is inevitably sometimes what can get you hurt. But it's a good pain once you've already gone through that massive change in your life where you finally decide, like, hey, I have my safe space, and when I'm ready to leave, I can leave. I can always come back. Like, the way I've thought about this metaphor for a while, actually. I've actually wanted to put it into words. But I think that safe spaces and leaving said safe spaces, like multiple safe spaces, it's kind of like levels in a game. Like, there's this one game I used to play a lot growing up called Left 4 Dead. And it's a zombie game, basically. So basically you start at the first level, and then you have to either kill zombies, run from them to get to the safe room. And then that starts the next level. You're in the safe room, and then whenever you're ready, you can leave the safe room and go to the next level. And then get to the next safe room, and then the next safe room, and the next safe room, until you escape. In the final level, it's either you get in a helicopter or a plane and you escape. You beat the game. So I think safe spaces are important for development, but you still have to. I think you still have to leave to get to the next one, right? You still have to make that change. That's my point. You have to make change to progress. And I think a lot of people misinterpret safe spaces and kind of use them as a crutch. Sometimes, not everybody, but some people use them as a crutch to, like, stay there, to stay in one for too long without any change in between. They stay in one. They think they can just go from one to another without actually making that change. But you have to. That's just the way it works. No shame in, like, getting help or healing or anything like that. Stay in that one for as long as possible. But don't think you can just go from one to the other without making that change. Because that's just how it be. That's how I got this sexy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be narcissistic or anything like that. That's how I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, that's how I've gotten to this point in my life where I'm like, I've left a lot of insecurities about myself in the dust, and I've advanced to this stage. Because if I didn't, I'm not speaking for everybody, but the way I feel about myself, I used to be, like, chubby and shit like that, and, like, barely muscular at all, and I hated that about myself. I got super insecure about it, especially seeing some of my friends who actually went and started making that change in their life, being stronger, being faster, running faster, things like that, right? And it would piss me off, and it would make me really, really mad sometimes, to the point where I'd even, like, be a dick about it in the past, right? But I still didn't make a change, and I was miserable. Like, whenever that brought up, I just got miserable, I just got sad, was being a dick about it. But then I actually started making that change. Really, the last year or so, I've really started. This is me. I'm talking about my example here. I started working out a bunch. and training in boxing more because I'm really passionate about boxing and shit like that, and fitness overall. And I've made it here. I have a long way to go. I'm not shredded like the Incredible Hulk yet, so obviously that still needs to be done. Yeah, I don't have like veins all over my fucking body yet. I'm close, but I'm not there yet. So that still needs to be done. We're not there. We're not there just yet. Also, I feel like a lot of people can clip this and take this out of context and twist it as me being a narcissistic asshole who only cares about himself and stuff like that. But like, I mean, you can if you want to. That's the power of the internet. You can really twist anything, with anybody. But I feel like a big part of making that change in your life is you have to really believe that you're him or her or them. You have to believe that you are not better than other people, but you have to believe that you are something that doesn't exist out there. It's something that only you have, which is true because there's no other you. If I saw someone outside that looked exactly like me and was walking around like a fucking body snatcher type shit, like obviously there's a problem, bro. That's some existential. That's a whole different conversation. That's some existential shit right there. But you truly have to believe that you're the best you, and use that as motivation to keep getting better. Obviously self-doubt, it happens to the best of us. Happens to me. Happened to me earlier. Like, happens to everybody, right? Like, there's no shame in it. But you have to make an effort to get around it. And this also works with grief. Like, part of, like, getting over that and also grieving, something that's similar in those two things, is part of the grieving process is you have to deal with it, right? That's part of getting over it, is actually sitting there and sulking and just dealing with it. But you can't do that the whole time. That's like the first part. Yeah, that's when it's like acceptable and stuff like that. Like, you got to go through that denial, the acceptance, all that shit. You got to you have to sit there and suffer for a bit, but then you have to start, working through it, just fucking swimming through it. And that's the key, honestly. That's the key to how you evolve, is just having just like this mentality that you're kick-ass at everything you fucking do. That you're passionate about. Like, I'm passionate about boxing. I think I'm an incredible boxer. I'm not just saying that to motivate myself. Although that was actually, I have a story actually about that. That is actually so about almost exactly a year ago, I was called out. In 2021 in July. I was called out by my best friend at the time, actually. Tremendous ego. He had a huge fucking ego. Nothing about this fucking like I'm the man shit. Like, he genuinely was a narcissistic asshole. We were all walking, just hanging out, and he said, "Oh," and then we were in the store, right? There was a bunch of boxing shit, and obviously at the time I was just getting into training for boxing and starting that, and I was like, "Hey, yo, check that out! There's some boxing shit," or something like that. It made more sense if you were fucking there, but we made note of the boxing shit, and I look behind me, look over at that friend, and I'm like, "Yo, like, maybe we should, like, spar for a video." Like, I said that as, like, a joke, like, in, like, a fun friend kind of way. And he looked over at me, and he was like, "I don't know, man. I feel like that would end badly for you." And you'd think that would be, like, a joke, but I knew this kid long enough to tell that he genuinely, wholeheartedly believed it, and was, like, low-key being a dick about it, that he thought that he could beat me when he had never trained for boxing a day in his life. He did some other sports, but not fucking boxing. And I was just there like, what? Like, why would you just, like, say something like that? Why would you, like, be a dick about it? And he was just like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like it would end badly for you." And I was like, "Bro, you know I'm the one that be boxing, though, right? You know I'm the guy that boxes, right? And you're not. How does that correlate?" And he was like, "Nah, man, it's just, yeah, no, I don't want to hurt you badly." And I'm like, "Okay, all right. I think it would probably end in the first round if you and me stepped in the ring, we sparred. But okay." And he looked at me, and I think he wholeheartedly believed it when he said this. He said to me, nah, man, I think it would probably end in the first 2 punches for you. And I was like, okay, all right. And I was like, all right, so let's spar then, right? Let's settle this. And he was like, nah, man, I wouldn't want to do that to you. I wouldn't want to hurt you, so let's not. And I was like, all right then, all right, whatever you say. So then, a couple weeks go by, whatever. And then what do I do? I'm just chilling. This is before I actually started going down to Savannah for college. I was doing research and I found this boxing gym down there that was actually ran by a UFC veteran. And I was like, oh shit, let me tell my friends about this, because we all had a group chat or whatever at the time. And I was like, yo, so basically I'm going to be, me and this other guy that we were all friends with, we were talking about, he was like, oh, that's crazy, that's so sick. And I was like, yeah, no, that's fucking wild as shit, I'm so hyped for it. Where I'm actually going to be training with a UFC vet and shit like that. I'm going to get that boxing fucking experience higher and higher and higher and just be a better fighter. And he was like, yeah, that's sick, bro. I'm so fucking psyched for you. And I was like, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. And then this kid that said all that shit earlier was popping in and out of the chat, of the Snap group chat, just watching that unfold, me talking about that shit with everybody else. And then eventually, the kid straight up fucking opened the shit and was like, hey, Matt, let's spar now. And I was like, what? Now you want to fucking spar because your, like, ego or your masculinity has been threatened? And I was like, bet. Because, I mean, why would I say no, bro? Like, I was the one who wanted to begin with, right? Like, I was the one who was like, yeah, like, you think you can beat me? Let's fucking run it. And he was like, yeah, let's actually do it now. And I was like, okay, bet. Next Wednesday, I'm free. And he was like, bet. So he pulled up. We did it on Instagram Live, and we also filmed it. It's up on my channel, actually. You can watch the footage. Knocked his ass down, and yeah. That was that. And after the fight ended, we put the cameras down, we shook it out, we were like, okay, that's it, behind us. And, you know, I didn't want to threaten his ego anymore. Like, I fucking knew that I won that shit. Especially with that fucking... My technique was awful at the time, but, like, you know, that knockdown was a little bit of a spectacle, though. To this day. I still believe so. But anyway, I didn't want to, you know, any bad blood, because I knew how his ego was, and I was like, you know what, yeah, no, we both did well, like, you know, draw, or whatever the fuck. That's how, yeah. That's how it went. And then we hung out for the rest of the night, and we just had a good time. We just vibed. And then the next morning, he went back home. I edited the video and put it up. Put the highlights of the fight up. Everything that was relevant in the fight, I put it up and uploaded it to YouTube. I even did a commentary of it. I commentated it myself. It was all jokes, just humor, nothing serious. And then after the video premiered, as the video was premiered, he was spamming me with texts. He was just like commenting on every little thing in the video, and I knew this kid was pressed. I knew he was worried. I knew he was worried about what people were gonna see. Yeah, so that happened, and then it got to the part where, you know, I knocked his ass down, and then he was all like, oh my god, I don't know if I would call that a knockdown, that was more of a slip, which, you can watch the clip for yourself. It's up. But yeah, that happened, and then he was like, yeah, good video. I changed a lot of it, though, honestly. I feel like it wasn't as good as it could have been. And then, I don't know, like 10 minutes went by, and then bro started spamming my comments. Bro started spamming my comments saying shit like, I can't believe we both fell on the floor. I can't believe we both slipped. Like, low-key, like, desperate. You know what I mean? Just shit like that. And then before I knew it, I went back, and he deleted all those comments. Only one remained. One new one remained. It went something like, I smoked you in this. Like, the clips you chose don't show that, though. I clearly beat you by a landslide. And he's just like, so salty about it. And then, what did I do? I have nothing left. I didn't have to prove anything, bro. I proved nothing. Me and everybody knew that I was gonna fucking win this. Actually, that isn't true, actually. Some of the people in that group chat actually were like, he's bigger than you, he's more built than you, like, he's gonna win, he's gonna smash you. Didn't happen. Not at all. But yeah, no. I mean, anyone who had an ounce of knowledge about me and how motivated I am and how into boxing I wasn't that far along with my training at all, but still, more than fucking him by a good amount. Anyone who knew all the facts would have known that was gonna end that way for him. And yeah, I guess he couldn't just accept it because, you know what? Our entire lives, I know this kid my whole life, by the way. This is low-key kind of how our friendship kind of ended. Because I kind of aired him after this. Like, he could have... I was waiting, actually, for him to apologize and take it back, like, the next day. Never happened. Or has never reached out to me since. Pathetic. But yeah. There I was. Just waiting. I was like, guess it's not coming. But yeah, no, literally... proved everybody wrong that doubted me, including him, and it sucked for him. I can imagine it sucked for him because I told you he's a very egotistical, narcissistic person. You know, he'll yes men you and like hype you up and stuff like that, which I don't even really appreciate. I don't like yes men at all. But when it comes to him and how he compares to other people and stuff he wants to be good at remotely. Nah, he's the best. He's clearly better, right? But no, our whole lives he was stronger, taller, better at running and stuff like that. And I grew up with this kid, so you know, obviously, like he took a lot of, I guess that manifested in him having a big ego, and that shattered unfortunately for him, and I guess he couldn't handle it. So that's the negative aspect of thinking of the... Well, actually, it's not even a negative aspect. Just don't be an egotistical asshole. Just be motivated and acknowledge that you are talented at what you want to be talented at. And that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be extra. Just be fucking so motivated. Be the most motivated you can be. Push yourself without letting it taint your mind to process that in the form of like, I'm better than all of you and stuff like that. Don't be a fucking asshole about it, because then you're the fucking problem, right? But yeah. That's all I have to say, really. My food's probably here now, so I'm gonna go eat. I might stream later, talk more about my mind, my opinions, and shit like that. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good one. Whoever fucking tunes into the VOD, or whoever fucking may have watched the stream live. No chat activity. I think either people were mesmerized by what I was talking about, or no one was here. But anyway, hope y'all have a good night, and yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace, Ckin.